To draw our barbarian in Clash of Clans, we will start with the head and the very squarish shape of it. So first we start with a line down here to mark the beginning of the helmet. We will do a parallel line over here, both sides of the helmet, and connect the two points on top. So here we have the top of the helmet. On the side of the helmet we do a parallel line. This is the protection on the side. He has a light curved top of the helmet, and then we do the same here. There's a little bit of perspective, so we don't do it parallel, we do it to the point. Here we go. In the middle of the helmet we have a frowning here, up the line, and to make the frowning even stronger we do a parallel line here and another one here. So now we have the helmet, we close the helmet down here. Now we have the face. That face will be quite squarey, but we also have the mustache in it, so we have to do some adjustment with that. First we go on the side of the face, it goes here, there we will have the mustache, and the mustache will go almost to the end of the helmet here. So now the mustache, we start the mustache here, parallel to the middle of the helmet here. Now we will connect to the other side, go to the line. Now we will finish it here, parallel, and now we will connect it like an arch. So everything will be a parallel line to what we did before. And now we can close it with kind of a little curvy line here. So we have the mustache, and now we will finish the jaw down here. So here comes the jaw, and we have the shape of the face. We can also immediately attach the ears. One ear is here, so we go up and down, and a smaller one here because of the slightly kind of three-dimensional effect. And the back of the helmet is here, so you can do a line from the ear here, parallel, and connecting it down here. This is the back of the helmet. Now we pretty have the shape of the face. We will fill out the face. Very important are the two eyes here and there, and they are looking angry. So what you do a line that goes here and ends up here in the middle. You do the same thing on the other side, go like that and back. And here you have already the angry ears. Two eyeballs here and there, quarter of a circle. Now we're missing a very important feature, a big nose. The big nose is easy. You do a semicircle here in the middle. Then two lines for the nostrils here and there. And kind of a little circle up here to show where the nose starts. So a big nose. Now as we know, he's like always screaming. The barbarians are always screaming when they attack. So we have his open mouth and he's spitting saliva all over, but we start now with the mouth. The mouth is open from here to here, so we do a point here and we connect to the other side. So that's him screaming. The mouth is built by a lip, so we do a lip. It's very easy, a parallel line. This will be the lower lip. The upper lip you don't see because of the mustache. Now you have a whole line of teeth. The teeth you do a line parallel to the mustache. The bottom teeth are just here. Again, also a parallel line here. And for the teeth, you have a lot of lines. So you do up, down, up, down, like that. So very easy. And the same you do on the bottom here. So now that's our barbarian shouting, screaming, attacking very loudly. In the mouth, you have the tongue that is very prominent. So the tongue is like a parallel line here, a parallel line on the other side, and just kind of a little semi-line here. See this one to show the tongue. So now we have the face. We will now go to the shoulders. One shoulder, kind of an arch, another arch on the other side. Here we go. Now we do pretty much kind of same line up here. This is the arm. You will see what I mean with that. Same, just up. Here, you do the same on the other side, down, and now up. So this is the shoulder, this is part of the arm, and now we will have underneath, the opposite point will be from here to here. So this is the arm. You have exactly the same on the other side, the arm. And now we have the body, the pects. Pects are going like this. You see this dent is important. You do the same here, a little dent, down, and then you go the other way around, up to the middle. And the line in the middle direction, the chin. So here you have the upper body, and he's very strong, so he has a kind of coney shape body. So you start from this point, you do it pretty much to here. The same thing on the other side. And we have the upper body finished. Now, the hands are on both sides, and they are here with a bracelet. On this side, you connect the end of both arms, and this is because of the bracelet. So here you do a parallel line on both sides, here and there. So, but before closing it, before closing those connections points, remember the bracelets that he's wearing are also protective. So he has like spikes here. Those spikes have to be drawn. So you do like your little triangles, one here, one there, and we have here one and here one. So we have 4 spikes, and you close them. Now you can connect the bracelets. You do the same thing here. 1 spike, 2 spikes, the 3rd, the 4th, connection here, connection there. So now we are almost at the end of the arm. At the end of the arm you have the hands. So the hands, in this case we don't have 4 fingers, we have 5 fingers. And we start with the thumb, one line, the other line, closing. And then he's pointing, so we do a finger that is pointing here, and to the half only of the finger, you connect. And now we have the 3 other fingers here, but they are fisted, so that's easy. We have done this a couple of times already. You do the line down here, parallel, 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th time, so you have the 3 fingers, and then you connect the top, 1, 2, 3, you connect the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and now you connect the hand, and you have the finger with the index showing up. Now we have on the other side the hand is gripping the sword, so we have to do it in a different way. We have to do kind of a square here. This is the thumb, and now we have the other 4 fingers gripping the sword, so we do it like our rectangles. At first the lines, 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 5 fingers. We connect the top, the bottom. It's kind of a little bit bented lines, and here we have our barbarian holding his sword. So now you can imagine we connect the hands here, and we just go to here because we will have the grip of the sword. So the sword, we will go a line here, a line there, and now we just do the end of the grip, a parallel line. We connect those 2 points. We connect also here, those that I've left open. And now in the prolongation, we have to close it. So the best way, you think that you're doing, and then here you put down the pen, same thing here, a few inches, and now kind of a 2/4 circle here, and then you do a parallel line, You will understand what I'm doing afterwards. You do the mirror-wise from this way to that way, and you connect. And now you connect those 2 points, and you have a nice perspective effect. You close now your hand. Now we can have the sword. The sword will be pretty much going up here, so you follow your finger, you go like that, and that's where you will end up your sword. Put yourself a point here. This is the center part of your sword. So the best way, you come down with your line here, and now you have the center line, and you do 2 parallel lines here and there. They will not go as far up because you have to be pointy, so you do a point here, a point there, on the same sync, and you go down parallel. Then you have a little dent up that allows you to breathe and to break your line in case you are not too straight, and you do the same thing down here. So your sword is pretty much finished, and now you just have to connect this point and that point. Here we go. To finish the bottom part, we just have now to draw the legs. The legs are quite easy, so we will have legs. One is up, one is down. So we do one leg, the top, connected down to the foot, 3/4 of the same line parallel here. Now you will understand why. We have here the shoe. So we have to do a line for the heel. And remember, they are wearing slippers, kind of slippers. So those are the 2 lines for the slippers. We connect them. Now we go on the left side, the sole. And the sole, we have 1 line, the second line parallel. We close it on the bottom, on the top. And now we add the toes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here we go. So the top, to show that he's wearing kind of shorts, you do a parallel line like that. That's part of his short. We will have now the other side. First, we have a kind of a belt that we don't have to forget. And then the upper leg. Here we go. And the bottom leg. And then the foot already. So because of the perspective. Yeah. Now we do a closing because the flippers. Flip-flops, sorry. Here we go. 2, we close that line. And we know that this is the flip-flop. So we do a sole here, so we know exactly where we are. We close the bottom of the flip-flop and connect. And then here we add those 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here we know that the leg is here. We go up, the foot, the leg finishes here because we will have here the center part of the body. Now we know that he has also a shield here, kind of a protective shield in the middle. We go here, then that shield comes from that side, and then here we have kind of a quarter circle to connect. See, and then here the belt is 1 line and a parallel line in the second belt. And now to show the ending of the shorts will be here. This is that counterpart. And then here we have the short. Now the little finishing touches are the saliva that he's spitting. So here you can go a bit wild if you want. So he spits a lot of saliva. This you can do like that. Maybe he's dribbling a bit like that here too. And if you do want to make it even more, 1 big spit over here. So this is how it looks like. Also you can add to the toning of the body. A couple of parallel lines always helps. Always work a bit with parallel lines. Can't do anything wrong with that. Okay. Our Barbarian.